everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I really hope you're all doing okay and having a great day and an amazing week. Today I'm super excited. Through my letterbox this morning came this and this and these. In case you didn't know, Soph has launched her third collection with NYX Revolution and it included her Super Spice palette, which is right here. There we go. A mini Extra Spice palette, which I didn't pick up because I already own the Extra Spice palette. 3 highlighter duos. This is the palest shade. There is also a medium and a deep version and 2 lip kits. I picked up the more pinky version. There is also a more brown version. They are all on my face right now. This is the look I created and I absolutely love it before we even go anywhere. And I thought I would test out the products for you and put up this video. They literally arrived this morning. I'm hoping I can get this video up by Wednesday. It's currently Saturday. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know if you picked up anything from the collection. Let me know if you liked it. Let me know if you have the Extra Spice palette and you bought the mini Extra Spice palette. Let me know if it's worth having both because I'm so tempted to buy the mini Extra Spice palette, but I already own the Extra Spice. But anyway, also give this video a like if you enjoy it. I'm also going to be testing the new Beautybay collection, the Utopia collection. That is on its way to me right now, so subscribe if you want to see that video. I will be showing you how to create this look in a tutorial style manner. I will also be testing the highlight and the lip product. I will also be comparing the eyeshadow palette to her previous 2 eyeshadow palettes, and I will be comparing the highlighter duo to the highlighter palette because I own those as well. But anyway, I will stop talking. I'm far too excited for this video. I really hope you enjoy it. Let's get on with it. Okay, so I think I'm going to start with my eyes, and we have here the new Soph palette. It's called the Super Spice palette, and here it is. There we go. It's quite bright compared to her other palette. I do have her 2 other palettes and I will have a look at them in comparison to this in a moment. But just looking at this palette, I do think it's very pretty. The shade I'm most drawn to is this one. It's called Dreamy. It's sort of got a brown base or even a purpley base, but really cool shimmers in it, which looks amazing. I'm also really drawn to this green shade here. I did watch Soph's video explaining all the shade names, and I know that this is mum in French or mother in French. I don't speak French and I'm terrible at French, so I'm probably not going to pronounce the French words just because I will offend somebody. I'm sorry. I don't really know what look I'm going to do today. There's just so many options. It's just so pretty. I will insert some swatches now for you. There we go. The swatches have been filmed later, so this is still untouched and I don't know what they look like, but I don't know what I want to do. Let's just start and see where we end up. Just gonna prime my eyes using the Beautybay Eye Base in shade 2. Okay, so eyes are primed. Also, I already have my full base on. I will link all the products I use down in the description box if you are interested. I am also testing a foundation, but I'm testing it over on TikTok, so if you want to follow me on there, you can. There's not much on there, so probably don't bother, but it'll be over there. Okay, I think I'm going to start with this purple shade here, which is father in French. Is it papa? I feel like that's not a difficult word, but I probably still got it wrong. I'll zoom you in. That is a beautiful shade. In case you didn't know, purple's actually my favourite colour, so very happy that there's purples in here. Okay, so I've got that shade on in the shape that I want it. It's a very pretty shade. It's not that dark, which is fine because that's probably not what she was going for, but personally I think that a purple looks better if it's just a touch darker, but it is very nice. Please excuse my eyes creasing. Yeah, I really like that shade. It's very pretty, it's very pigmented, it's gone on quite well, it doesn't look patchy. If it does, that's my application. But yeah, I quite like that. It's nice. Going in with another pencil brush, and I'm going in with this shade here, which is Blue Lagoon. Okay, a lovely pigmented blue. It has changed the shade of that purple a little bit, but that's absolutely fine. We will go back in through all the shades when I've got the shape on and things like that. Currently, I really like it. The shade is beautiful, very pretty. And actually I kind of like the way it's changed that purple into more of an indigo. Very nice. Okay, so I don't really know where to go next. I kind of want to use the green, but it's a bit too dark, I think. But Soph did say that because there is a black and a white in this palette, the idea is that you can mix any of the shades with the black or the white to make it darker or lighter as you wish. So I'm gonna try to mix a little bit of the white in with the green and see how we go with that. Okay, this has gone very dramatic. I feel like that's just a common thing in these videos, but I quite like it. I don't know how much the white did, but that's fine with me. The shade wasn't as dark as I thought it was going to be, so that's absolutely fine. What I'm going to do now is just go back through all of those shades and get the blend how I want it, and then we'll carry on. Okay, I'm very happy with that. I actually really like how the colours have blended together. Very easy to blend together as well, I think. I just kind of like how this has come out. I mean, I could fiddle about with it for ages, but I'm kind of happy with it. I'm so tempted to add a little bit of yellow, but I don't know if that's just going to be too much. I'm going to refrain and not do that. I'm going to do my lower lash line now. Starting with the purple. Oh, also there is a tiny amount of fallout. It seems to pretty much just be from the blue shade, which is fine. I'm just going to brush that away. Okay, it has stuck a little bit, but that's my bad. Let me just... Good enough. So starting with the purple. Along. I know lower lash line isn't what everybody likes to do, but I do. So going in with the blue. I actually love how those two colours mix together to make more of an indigo shade. And then finally going in with the green. And then I'm just going to take a clean fluffy brush. It is clean, it's just stained, I promise. And just blend out the edges a little bit. I'm going in with a tiny bit of the white as well, just to help blend it out a little bit. Now for the lid shade. I think we all know what I'm gonna pick. Well, I think we all know I'm picking this shade. It's beautiful. That is dry. I haven't wet my brush in any way, other than I've cleaned it using the NYX On The Spot brush cleaner, so it might be slightly damp from that, but other than that, nothing has touched this brush. That is one of the most beautiful shades I've seen in a long time. It's so beautiful, so many different colours in it. I feel like there's bits of green and purple and silver. It's stunning. But I also want to try another shade on my inner corner. I'm kind of torn between Mirrorball and Brother in French. I don't know how to pronounce it, I'm sorry. I'll go Mirrorball because I feel like that's a more common inner corner shade. I quite like that. Yeah. It's not as glittery as the lid shade, but that's fine. What I'm also going to do is I've just cleaned off this brush I used for the green, and I might regret this, I'm going to take a teeny tiny bit of the black and just add it to the outer corner. Then just a little bit of the purple. There we go, I don't think that was that bad. I only used the smallest amount. I am going to catch up the other eye, do some liner, mascara, lashes, all that stuff, and then we'll come back to test the highlighter and the lip product. Okay, so both eyes done and caught up. I'm still in love with this lid shade. I used the Sosu London lashes from Primark, and my liner is the MUA Cosmetics felt tip liner. I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, I love the colours so much. Beautiful. Let's zoom back out, have a chat about the palette, and then carry on with the rest of my... I will say, as much as I don't think this palette is completely unique, I know I already have a lot of these matte shades in my collection, and the shimmers, particularly these four, I don't see as that unique, but this shimmer here I do think is a bit different and I love it. I like having this palette. First of all, I like supporting Soph, I'm just going to say it, but also I think this is a really nice palette. Okay, mine is a bit loved, but as you can see, this is her original palette, and there is a white and a black in there. There are brown shades in there. There is a red in there, and there is an orange, but I would say that they're very, very different from this palette. And in terms of the shimmers, there is a shimmery green in this palette, but I would say it's more of a gold than this green. And there obviously are some like champagne-y shades in this colour, which are very similar to Mirrorball. But I would say that they're a different formula. I don't know what's different about them, but they do feel different to the touch. So overall, I would say that this palette is very different from this palette. This palette is way more neutral, which sort of shows Soph's growth over the years that I've been following her. I've always loved Soph, but this is far more me. And I love this palette. It's had much use, as you can see, but the colours and Soph being more colourful definitely makes me very happy. But yeah, I don't think there's much similarities between these palettes other than the white and the black and a couple of the brown shades. And then if we compare it to her Extra Spice palette, there is a yellow. There is a yellow in both of them, however this yellow is much brighter. There are also browns. I know that both of those dark brown shades are called Brownie, but I don't know if they're the same. Maybe I'll swatch them together. If I do, I'll put that over the screen now. But other than that, there are reds in both, but this is much more of a pinky red. This is much more of a true red, which I admire. The shimmer in this palette called Not Gonna Lie, the one just below the white, is kind of similar to this one here, which I think is called Dreams. yes. But I haven't swatched this one yet, so I can't say that for definite. There are oranges in both palettes. I would say this orange is a bit brighter just by looking at it. Overall, I think these palettes are still quite different enough to warrant having both, I would say, if you wanted both. So, and actually, I think these palettes would work so well together. I might do a video using both of them, so look out for that. But yeah, so yeah, I would say this palette is different enough from the other two to warrant buying it if you already own the other two. This one is £12, the others are £10 each, but I would say that I prefer the packaging on this. It's sort of, it's not plastic, it's almost card, I think. I don't know. So the Soph highlighter duo. This is the face highlighter duo in the shade Sugar Frosting. This is the palest one. There is also a sort of medium version and a darker version. This one comes in sort of like a pale pink, which I actually quite like. I'm not a pink person, but I quite like it. And here are the two shades. You got the little S embossing for Soph there, and this one has nothing on it. I will just swatch it for you now. So this is the one with the S in it, and this is the other shade. They're very pale, which is good for me. I very much look at that reflection on them. But I also have the Soph original palette. Mine's very beaten up because it goes everywhere with me. You couldn't tell because it doesn't, I haven't hit pan on anything, but I promise I do use it a lot. Now, this palette is meant to be these top two shades here, although Soph did say they are a different formula and things like that. And as much as I love this palette, I do think this will be useful for traveling. Medium version has these two shades in it, and the dark version is these two shades, but she did slightly change the colour of this shade, I think, to make it more darker skin friendly, which I think is really good. At the end of the day, Soph is very pale. I know that when she's not fake tan, she's pretty much the same shade as me because we use the same foundation shades, and therefore she doesn't know from experience what shades look good on darker skin. So to make this, to take on the feedback she's gotten and then create these mini palettes and change the shades that she's got feedback on, I think is really good. And that's one of the reasons I love Soph. She's just so receptive to feedback and she doesn't take it as an insult, and I really like that about her. But I'm going to now swatch these two shades next to these shades to see if they look the same or slightly different. Okay, so I don't know how well you can see them, but up here I had to re-swatch the new one, but down here are the two old ones and up here are the two new ones. I would say they feel different. These two, the top two, feel much softer in the pan, and they're about the same amount of reflectiveness. So these two are the ones with the S, the real pale champagne shade, and then these two are the more peachy shade. I would say the shades are pretty similar. Overall, I'm personally not upset that they're the same as the original palette because I love the original palette, but this is quite difficult to travel with. Whereas these are bigger than these ones, so I can take these travelling for the next like 5 years of my life and be absolutely sure that they're not going to run out. I quite like them. I'm going to pop them on my cheek now. I'm going to put one on each side just so we can test them both and see what they look like. Okay, so starting with the Champagne-y S shade. And let's just right here. That is beautiful. I love that shade. I love it in the original palette. It's sort of the perfect everyday shade for me. It's not like ridiculously over bright, although it does look it right there. Very shiny, very reflective. Absolutely love it. And now I'm just gonna dust off my brush and we're gonna test this shade here. Okay, so this shade, it's hard to see from this side, but it's a little bit less reflective, I think. I don't know. Who knows? But it is just beautiful. Again, another very wearable shade for me. Okay, on the forehead it looks beautiful. On the temple, I don't put it in the centre of my forehead. No shade if you do, but I just don't. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's a bit more sort of skin-like, if that's the right word. Sort of subtle, I think, is the right word. But yeah, it's just a bit more natural glow, which is really, really pretty. But this one is like, bam. I'll put some of this shade just down the centre of my face. Okay, it looks reflective on my nose. Okay, so this I am such a fan of. I really like it. I kind of already knew that the formula would be great because the formula was great in her original palette, and I will still continue to use this palette a lot, I promise. And the final product we have from Soph is this lip kit. Now, Soph has done lip products before. She has 3 bullet lipsticks. I have one of them. And I quite like it. However, it's not matte. This also isn't matte. But I'm hoping I'll prefer this a bit because it's a lip balm instead of like a glossy sort of finish. I'm hoping. So I got the shade Candy Icing, which is the more pinky version. She does also have another one that I can't remember the name of, which is more on the brown side. It comes with a lip liner. Let me just swatch that for you. There is that shade there. It's quite a nice shade. It's not too pink, which I was kind of worried about, I'll be honest. And then you have the lip balm, which, by the way, love the packaging. This is the most extra lip balm I've ever seen in my life. It twists up, very pretty, and then you've got it there. You can barely even see it. You could wear that on its own as just a lip balm, but I'm going to put a little bit of the lip liner on it as well, and we'll see how that goes. I suck at applying lip liner, so this may end badly. Okay, so there is the lip liner applied. It's not perfectly applied. My lips are super dry and cracked, but we're just gonna ignore it, please. So, time for the lip balm. Ooh, that feels so nice. Okay, so that is the lip balm on. I really like the shade. It's a bit more peachy than pinky, I would say, if you mix it with the lip liner, but I know a lot of people will like that. It does feel nourishing, which I really, really like. That's why I look for another balm. My lashes are peeling off, I'm sorry if that's annoying you. But yeah, I really like it. It feels nice. I like the colour that's come out. The lip liner isn't perfect, please ignore it. But I'm overall so happy with this product. It's not something I would typically go for, but I do tend to wear lip balm all the time because my lips are always so dry. And I think having this little combo would work so well, but also I feel like you could use whatever lip liner you wanted with this and maybe use more of a rosy tone or more of a brown tone if you wanted, and you'd get a completely different look. But overall, I really like this. The lip balm will be used up completely because I live in lip balm, and I like that it's tinted. I don't have many tinted lip balms, so this will become a firm favourite. So overall, I'm so happy to see Soph go from her original palette, which is pretty neutral with a few pops of colour, to something that can create this. Is just incredible to watch. I really enjoyed being a subscriber of Soph's for so long, and I'm so happy she came out with this palette. It is absolutely beautiful. You will definitely see it on my channel again, but if you want to see more looks I create with it, head over to my Instagram and check it out, because that is where I will post the majority of the bold makeup that I do. I'm so happy with the lip colour as well. I wasn't 100% sure I was going to like it, but I actually really do. I think this is a very good colour for me. I think it would look beautiful when I'm wearing less makeup as well as more makeup. And the highlight, I already knew I was going to love it because I love the original palette, but I think having that additional duo will help me a lot. But I feel like I've tried enough to say that it's a really good collection. I think it's well thought out. I think it is unique to Soph in the way that it does add on to her other palettes, that I feel like it would work well with her other palettes. I will test that theory out in the future. But overall, I'm so happy. I'm so happy for Soph. I'm so happy I managed to get my hands on it. I was literally waiting up at midnight to get my hands on it because I wanted it that badly. And I'm super happy with the look I've created. If you like this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. That really helps me out. Drop me a comment. Let me know if you picked up anything from the collection. Let me know if you liked it. And other than that, I will see you next week. Bye.